Good morning, children. Myself, Mrs. Archana Pednekar. Today, I will be teaching you a lesson in civics, that is, our life in society. Let us begin with the lesson, Our Life in Society. Children, last year in Standard 5th, you learn about the Stone Age man. Okay? You learn how he used to wander from one place to another in search of food. Yes, and how from Stone Age to the modern age, how the evolution of man took place. Okay, man has moved from a nomadic stage, that is the Stone Age, to a settled social life which we are leading today. It tells us that our present social life has taken shape through a process of evolution over thousands of years. Yes, now next, why did man feel the need for society? Earlier, man used to wander from one place to another in search of food. His life was not stable. Yeah, same like animals, he used to wander from place to place. He used to hunt smaller animals, eat fruits, bulbs, roots. Okay, there was no technique of production. He didn't know how to prepare food. He used to eat whatever he got from the nature. So later on, when the fire was invented, man understood that this food, if he roast it and eat, it tastes better. And he felt the need of stable and secure life. For security purpose, he started living in groups because he knew if he is alone, then he would be attacked by some dangerous creature. So that is why man feels the need for society. A stable and secure community life is necessary for the development of the individual as well as society. In the nomadic stage, man did not have this stability and security. Later on, man realized that living in group provides security. For that, they came together to develop an organized way of life. When he discovered the agricultural activities, when he came to know that if he sows seed, he will get food grains. So that time onwards, man started building houses. Okay, and this is how village settlement evolved. And from here, the development of man started from village settlement to the city and town. Living in society, man felt the need for rules to help with the smooth functioning of day-to-day matters. Children, now you know, when you are at home, even though you are free, you can do whatever you want because it is your house. But when you go to school, you have to follow certain rules and regulations. Okay, you can't go to school late. If you are late, you will be punished by the teacher or principal. In the classroom also, you are expected to maintain silence. If you break the rules, you will be punished. Okay, so there are certain rules and regulations which man has made so that the society will work smoothly. Okay, Gave rise to convention, traditions, ethics and values, rules and laws. Man's life became more organized. This is why man felt the need for society. He knew that living in society, his needs will be fulfilled. Okay, and that is why he made certain rules and regulations, so his life will be organized and controlled. Okay, now the next is the social nature of man. Man is social by nature. We all live together. We like each other's company, and with people around us, living with people makes us happy. Okay? Man is a social animal. Man cannot live alone. He likes the company of others. Like when you go to school. In school also you have your friends. Some are your best friends. In the neighborhood you have friends. In the evening after studies you go to play with your friends. Isn't it? Okay? So we can't just sit alone. We need company of others. When people are around us, we feel happy. When you come back home, you want to see your mother, to share your experiences, what you have done in school. You share your joy, sorrow with your friends, your family members. Okay? So that is why man is called the social animal. Food, clothing, shelter are our physical needs. Once these are satisfied, man gets a sense of stability. But along with physical needs, we have some emotional and psychological needs. Example, to feel secure is our emotional need. When we are happy, we wish to share our happiness with others. When we are sad, we need support of our family and friends. Yes, whenever you are happy, if you score good marks, first thing you like to share it with your parents, your near and dear ones. Okay, when you go to school, you want to share something. Yeah, even suppose if you had brought something in your tiffin, some nice dish and all, so you want to share it with your friend. Okay, so along with physical needs, that is food, clothing, shelter, okay, we have emotional and psychological needs. Like we like to share joy and sorrow with our family and friends. We need their support. When you feel low, that time you tell your friend if something happened to you or someone scolds you, so you share it with your friend or your family. Okay? Food, clothes, shelter, education, health, these are our basic needs. Due to labor and skill of people, various articles are produced. Various industries and occupations help to fulfill our needs. For example, for education, for studies, we need book. Yeah, for book, you need paper. Okay, so there are occupations like manufacturing paper, printing book, binding. Yes, so these all occupations and industries satisfy your needs, your day-to-day requirements of food, clothing, shelter, education, health is satisfied by different occupations and institutions, industries. Yes, we depend on each other for emotional needs such as security, appreciation, praise, support. Thus, our life in society is interdependent. We all are interdependent on each other. You cannot say that I don't need support of anyone. I can live on my own. Okay? At home also, in your building, in your society, you have many friends, you have your neighbors. If anything happen, any problem, the first person to come to your help is your neighbor. Okay? Then suppose if you have any function, you call your relatives, your friends. So for all our needs and requirements, we are dependent on each other, on our neighbors, on our relatives, friends. So man life, we say that man is dependent on each other. We are dependent on each other. So thus our life in society is interdependent. Our development. Every person is born with qualities and capabilities. They develop in society. We use language to communicate with one another, but we cannot do so at birth. Okay? When a child is born, he don't know how to speak. Later on, as he grows up, slowly he learn his language, that is his mother tongue. Okay, he learn language gradually. Our first language is the one that is spoken at home. Yeah. After that, when the child goes to school, he learns different languages in school. For example, English, Hindi, Marathi. If our neighbors speak different languages, we pick up those too. Schools also provide opportunity to learn different languages. Man have the capacity to think independently. For example, when all the students in a class are given the same topic for an essay, why is it that no two essays are the same? Because our thought process is different from each other. So each and every child is different from each other children. We cannot compare one child with other. Some may be good in drawing, some may be good in sports or studies. So all children are different. Society provides opportunities for expressing our thoughts, feelings. The development of our artistic and other talents also takes place in society. Singers, musicians, artists, scientists, adventurers, social workers can all develop their qualities further because of the backing and encouragement of society. For example, if a child is learning to draw something, if he is appreciated by his parents or teachers, he have the feeling of learning more. He feels that if he gets praise from his near and dear ones, then he takes that inspiration and like to learn more. Okay, so same way in our society we get appreciation from the people around us. Okay, so this encouragement is very important for our growth and development. What is meant by society? Society includes all people, men, women, grown-ups, old people, young children. Society includes different groups, organizations, interaction between people. Society is not simply a mob or a crowd of people. For example, if you are traveling by train is crowded, you know that. Only a crowd, you cannot say it's a society. A society is formed when people come together to achieve certain common objectives. In order to fulfill needs like food, clothing, shelter, and security, the society has to create a permanent system. Without such a system, the day to day affairs of the society cannot be carried on. A system is essential for the continued existence of the society. For example, agriculture is essential to fulfill the need for food. Various institutions must be created to perform all the functions related to agriculture. Therefore, a vast system needs to be created which includes factories to manufacture tools and equipment used for farming, banks to provide loans to the farmers, a market for the goods produced, etc. The existence of many such systems makes a society stable. Now here we'll learn how our society becomes stable. Here, for our day-to-day requirement of food, clothing, shelter, security, there is a particular system, permanent system, because of which our day-to-day affairs of society goes on. Okay, like for example, agriculture. Agriculture helps us to satisfy the requirement of food. Okay, whatever food grains or food we eat, that is provided to us by farmers. For growing food grains, there are certain tools and equipments which are needed. So, there are certain factories or industries which does the production of these tools and equipment used for farming. Whereas banks are there to provide loans to the farmers. Then once the goods are produced, they are sold in the market. Okay, this is how the existence of many such systems makes a society stable. So now we are finished with our first lesson in civics. Okay, thank you all.